So let's take a look at the scooter itself. For the structure of the scooter, I try to keep it as simple as possible. Now this came through a couple of iterations, but I used just steel plates, steel profiles, some pipe, steel pipe with some bearings for the axles. And yeah, just all over around, it's pretty simple design. I welded using a MIG welder, which is like pretty much like a hot glue gun for welding. And yeah, so as you can see, it's pretty simple. So that was the goal of the scooter, to keep it all simple to make it easy to work. So let's take the lid and take a look. So this is the battery pack. This contains 78 18650 lithium-ion batteries, which are the most popular batteries for DIY products. Now I put them out in a little toolbox because they're easy to fetch, and I can just lift it without touching the batteries. So as you can see, there's 13 series of 6 batteries in parallel, summing up to 48 volts and 20 amps of continuous current. So this pops out almost 1000 watts. Now the total battery cost was around $262 for the batteries, which comes out to about $330 per battery. And then the BMS, which is adequate to this battery, costs around 22 bucks. So the next part of the scooter is the speed controller, which with the throttle, which is up there, is around $92. Now if you look, I connected everything. Kind of looks a little bit complex, but there are not that many connections. If you can see right here, then we have the little switch for the engine. We have also a switch for the battery to shut it off, and then a charger to easily connect the battery and charge up the batteries with the wall charger. Now the wall charger is right here. This was around $26 in Alibaba. Now for the motor, I used an old Volkswagen generator. They were pretty popular back in the age. They came before the alternators, but they're of the same kind. And this cost me about 45 bucks. I turned it into a motor very easily with 2 connections. So it works pretty well. The wheels and the disc brakes together were around 40 bucks. And yeah, we have a disc brake, we have 2 wheels, one front and one back, and the sprocket that moves the wheel in the back. So this is the throttle, as I mentioned before. It connects to the speed controller, and it comes with a battery indicator to give you the battery life that you have remaining. And finally, this is the brake. This pulls the brake down to the disc brake and the back wheel and makes it stop.